Hello everyone, or one of you, how many of you are tuning in. This is another unboxing video. This time it will be 3 boxes that I'll be dealing with. These came from a bulk purchase I made when I bought my Amiga 1200, and I haven't had a chance to fully set it up yet. I've given it a bit of a test, and in a previous video I opened up Tornado and I've tested that, and it does work, but again I haven't had much time to get it up and running. It's all a bit makeshift at the moment. Anyway, I'll get through a few more of the boxes. I haven't opened these since getting them, so it's going to be anyone's guess. It's going to be a surprise as to what's in there for me, as it is just for you. So without any further ado, the neon screen flickers, digital trails, call us on, hit play, let's roll. The first one we have here is Birds of Prey. Electronic Arts. It's your standard deal with your box, your artwork, front and sides and top. So there we go. So Birds of Prey for the Amiga, and apparently works on all of that, not on the Amiga 1200 according to this. This was possibly before the Amiga 1200 came out, so it will work. And then the back that's got a bit of blurb, all in different languages as well. NATO and Soviet forces have engaged in an all-out war campaign. Armed with 40 frontline aircraft, your mission is to devastate the enemy's land, sea and air forces while protecting your own. So we actually got 40 aircraft, and you go around fighting a war. So there we go. So there's some of the screenshots. So what have we got here? So I'm not sure what that is. That could be anything in there. It's definitely a tank it's looking at there, but we've got, looks like an FA-18 being refueled from the center line of a tanker. Looks like a 737 or something like that. Looks like a MiG-30 or MiG-25 Russian interceptor, and dearie me, I can't make that out. Oh, is that a Berkut? The Russian forward sweep wing fighter and an aircraft carrier, presumably Nimitz class. Anyway, and say artwork, we've got all that. We've got a F-117 and a B-2 and a B-1 and an A-10, SR-71, blah, 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 blah. Plenty in there. So yes, let's pop this down and open up and see what we've got in here. It's all going to be fairly sort of similar stuff. So there we go, 2 discs. Disc 1, disc 2. And here we go. Game manuals. Let's work this backwards. Let's do this the other way around. Let's do that for the end. So we have a registration card for the game. So you can, so this game has currently been unregistered. We have the, where is this? So Falcon landscape map and Falcon cockpit. So this is a supplement with key mapping here and controls. Picture of the old 3-button mouse. So a bit of a guide on how to control the Falcon. I don't know whether that means the like the fighting Falcon, like the F-16. So a manual addendum here, additional notes, note on mid-air refueling. However, since the refueling autopilot isn't very clever, you must switch to easy flight before lining up. So obviously they'd found a bug that they couldn't fix, and so therefore they issued a little note for it. And then some quick instructions here on how to get it loaded using the floppy disks and how to load the game. There we go, and once again, good old key map here. And again, loading instructions for hard disk users, when hard disks were a privilege rather than a right. And some credits there. We've also got technical specs for the Amiga CD32. So I guess this was included as a way of advertising the Amiga CD32, which is more like a console than a computer. Never owned one. I think one of the launch games was Microcosm. It looked awesome, but I'm not sure how it actually fared. And here's the manual. Look at that. Again, nice chunky manual. So a little bit of a blurb about the developer, Argonaut Software. And then basically in-depth guide as to how to load the game, play the game, how you can set your aircraft and systems up, basics of flight, force equals mass times acceleration. I think I've seen that written down somewhere before. All about angle of attack and stalls. So coefficient of lift. This is all important stuff to know when you're about to play a game from the 1990s. Technical reference. So here we go. And then the increasingly nerdy bit where those of us who love these manuals would flick through these. This would be as good as going through Jane's Defence Weekly or something like that. And it even covers the missiles as well. The Magic, Sidewinder A9P, the Sparrow, the AMRAAM, the ASRAAM, Skyflash and Phoenix, Harm. And that's a point. Do they have my favourite missile? They do not. The alarm missile, they do not. Never mind. And bombs, and then Soviet aircraft and weapons. Piracy is theft. Certainly is. There we go. So that's Birds of Prey. The next one we're looking at is Alien Breed 3D. Alien Breed was very popular. I believe I had Alien Breed 2. I never really got very far with it. It was one of those games I just didn't have much patience for, but it had a really good feel. Very much enjoyed it. I was a big fan of I still am a big fan of the Alien franchise, which is different to this, but it is clearly inspired by the Alien franchise. For the Amiga 1200 and the Amiga 4000, which are similar chipsets. So yeah, onto the back here. A bit of the artwork, some screenshots. Actually, it's more screenshots than artwork. Over the last 4 years, Alien Breed Saga has become legendary amongst Amiga owners. Now the series culminates in quite spectacular fashion. The Breed is now 3D. Transported to a spectacular 3D environment, you must outwit the ferocious Breed once more. But this time, the added dimension of being there brings you even closer to the disgusting creatures than ever before. There we go. I feel that this is a game that should have lots of lore about it, but it probably doesn't. Trouble getting the thing out there. So we've got, here we go, disc 1 and 2 again. It's even got the old Right Protect on there still. And then again, this warranty registration form. Oh, sorry, I've nudged the camera there. Warranty registration form. Team 17. They did some good stuff back in the day. we have a code book. Oh, check this out. Okay, so DRM. Back in the days when you had to protect against piracy of your computer games, the developers, they had all sorts of clever little ways of getting people to prove that they bought the game and not just copied the discs. So they would quite often include a reference manual, something like this. And here you can barely see it. You can just about see numbers written in grids. So what will happen is when you load the game, it will say something along the lines of go to table D, and it will give you the grid reference here. It's like 1A and there. So I'm just giving it away now. So that's one way of doing it. There are lots of other ways. I'm sure we'll see a few others as we go along the way. That's another, just shooting back briefly. This is why in games like this, they include schematics and information, because they may very well say at part of the game with the SU-27 flanker B, what is the wing area? And you have that information there. That's the sort of thing that they do. Anyway, so that's nice. That's a bit of a flashback to how piracy protection was done. And then the main manual. So it says, story continues. General R.E. Grant, Earth Defense Force, the EDF, eh? Titan base, from Captain J.T. Reynolds. Message as follows. Richard, I've very little time. The breed have got out. I'm not going to read the rest of it. But there we go. Look at that. So you get a little bit of lore in there, a little bit of background as to what it's all about. My oxygen is low. I expect I have less than 18 hours grace. So there we go. So you've got 18 hours of gameplay there, I guess. Or however long you want. So machine requirements. There we go. And your controls, your manual. So look at the CD32 here. So clearly this game was built for the CD32. And they had dialed it back for the Amiga 1200. Oh, here we go. So this is all in different languages. So that's it. And then, how hard is your worm, eh? Worms. Yes, that's right. Team 17 produced a game called Worms. I'm not sure if I've got that in the collection. I may do. If I do, I look forward to unboxing that. There we go. And so that is the second one. And then the third one is Epic. This one's the Platinum Edition by Digital Image Design. Remember these guys from Tornado. Now this game I never owned. I always kind of wanted to. This came before Wing Commander, and I absolutely loved Wing Commander. Never successfully completed it, but I'm on my way through my emulator at the moment doing that. However, I never bought this because I thought, you know, Wing Commander is newer. So therefore, this is only going to be a little bit, perhaps a little bit of not necessarily a disappointment, but a downgrade. So I don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, so here we go. Some screen grabs there of in-game. So space flight sim game or space combat game from a development team which brought you F-29 Retaliator. Now emerges Epic, a sci-fi extravaganza featuring spectacular graphics and stunning gameplay. A legend is born, a supremely advanced one-man starfighter of awesome power and destructive capabilities that, in the right hands, will wreak havoc amongst the intergalactic transgressors. That legend is Epic, so I guess that's going to be us flying that thing, so we'll see. We'll see how we go. There we go. Love that artwork. Okay, that's proper Star Wars style or Battle of the Planets sort of thing, isn't it? Not Battle of the Planets. What was that thing that had George Peppard in it? I can't remember what it's called now. Anyway, so let's have a look at this. This time round, we have, still, oh, hello, we have 3 discs. Disc 1, disc upside down, disc 2. The upside down one is disc free. Good. And just to highlight, I haven't opened these boxes before, so there could be anything in here. I'm taking a bit of a gamble. Oh, you know, let's save that one for last. So the manual for the PC, Amiga, and I guess the Atari ST. And again, it's the same story again. How to load the game, in-flight controls. Okay, but this time, this has a bit of lore to it. So Federation Stardate on there. Federation Intelligence Bureau, the FIB. So this would be like as a briefing thing that you would get as the pilot of the ship. So we'll have all the background there. That looks suspiciously familiar, that kind of ship, doesn't it, eh? What do we think? Bit of Viper to that. And you can see some of the inspiration here. That turned into a ship from Wing Commander. Can't remember what it's called now. Not the Dralthy, one of the other ones. And then records about planets. Planets in the game. Mission objectives, mission backgrounds. Okay, so it lists all the missions in here. And Epic the Index. So there we go. And then finally, this little gem. What have we got here? We have, which way around do we go? We're going to go here first. Okay, so here we go. The hits keep coming. So it's a little poster here showing the games that this developer has created. And I guess their release dates for what platforms and what prices. Sherlock Holmes and Reach for the Skies, Populous, all of these. And then on the reverse, it's basically more of the same. And this way up here. Oh, well, it's all several different directions, this one. The same, some previous releases. Here we go. Robocop 3, Deluxe Trivial Pursuit, Road Rash, and Wing Commander. There we go. Oh, maybe I was wrong then. Maybe Wing Commander came out first. So I look forward to playing this. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. And we'll sure catch you on the next one, where I open some more boxes and drone on about them. Laters.